So it looks like we have us another calf here today. We actually saw this cow in labor and we couldn't get over here fast enough. She just had this calf like within about the last 10 or 15 minutes. And there's really two things that are, I think, the most important to make sure happen when you have a calf. And one of them involves the calf and one of them involves the mama cow. So this is pretty normal right here. After, we're 10 or 15 minutes after the birth of this calf and it is struggling to get up, but the mother is very attentive. She keeps nudging it, licking it, talking to it. So the mom is very attentive. That's important. But what you got to make sure of is within that first 3 or 4 hours, like I would probably put 4 hours as my absolute maximum. You want to make sure that calf nurses. So it takes them a little while to figure out, to find where the teats are at, to successfully get some milk or some colostrum from the mother. But it's very important that the mother cow stays very, very attentive in that first little while and make sure that that calf gets some colostrum from the cow. So that's the most important thing, is less than 4 hours, that calf nurses successfully on the cow. The second thing, the second thing you want to make sure of is that the cow doesn't have any issues like a prolapse, and you want to make sure that the cow passes the afterbirth and doesn't continue to bleed significantly. So it's pretty rare, but we have had animals, not any of the cows in this herd, but we have had animals before that had retained placentas, and one of them we actually had to get vet assistance to get some medicine to help her expel that. But you want to make sure, like you could see on this cow, that the afterbirth is still inside of her. You can see what's hanging out is like the amniotic sac, and within, I'm going to say probably 4 to 6 hours, something like that, if it's still there, you may have some sort of problem. But most of the cows, they successfully pass it within the first hour or so, and that's pretty normal. So we'll come check back on her before dark, make sure that the calf, everything seems fine, that the cow has passed the afterbirth and there's no complications or bleeding from that. And then from there, we just let the mama do her thing, spend some time with her calf. We don't mess with them on the first day. And then the second day, I'll come back if I can catch this calf. We'll tag this calf up, and then we won't do anything until they're about 4 to 6 months old, and that's when we do the first set of vaccinations on our calves. So anyone who's never had a calf or hadn't had many calves, it can be kind of nerve-wracking to just watch this calf struggle, and you're thinking, man, 10, 15, 20 minutes have passed, it still hasn't nursed. But this is actually pretty normal. I would say our average is probably in that 15 to 20 minutes before they successfully latch on for the first time. So right here, we're probably at that 15 to 20 minute mark, and we're kind of recording on and off, but I'm just waiting to see how long it really takes for this calf to latch on. And you don't want to really intervene too much. As long as the mama is being attentive, you just let them work it out. If she keeps walking away or leaving it, then that's a different story. That's when I'll generally intervene if the mama's not interested in the calf. Doesn't happen often, especially with seasoned mamas like this one. She's had one calf successfully, so this is her second, and she's setting him up, or setting her up. She's putting her in the right position. She's staying with her. She's talking to her. She's licking on her. And so this one, I'm really not too worried, and I think at any moment we'll probably get a successful nurse. And I think we'll be off to the races from there. I wouldn't have any concerns. So, but yeah, don't get too excited. Don't worry too much. As long as they're displaying this type of behavior, it's just a matter of minutes before it works out. You can see right here. Here we are, probably, I'm gonna say less than 25 minutes after this calf was born. It finally latched on, and you can see the mama, baby, certainly bonded, and we'll kind of let them be. We won't do anything here this first day, probably not even the next day, but when the calf is a full 2 days old, that's usually when I go try to catch them, put an ear tag in their ear, and then I'll just kind of let them be till all the calves, the youngest calves in our group, are 4 to 6 months old. And that's when we'll pull them through the squeeze chute. We'll check everybody out good. We'll give vaccinations to the mama cows and to the calves, and take care of any little issues we have. We normally run them through the squeeze twice a year, and that'll be that. So here we are a day later. Get you a better look at this little calf. I've been looking for her. I couldn't find her, and finally mama called to her and she stood up. I found her, and she's a pretty little calf, and I'm pretty certain that's from our South Pole bull. You can see she doesn't have the white tips like a Hereford on her feet or her tail or her feather. That's her mama right there. She's in the bathroom. But everything seems to be going really well. She looks like a nice, big, strong calf. She's a good bit bigger than that calf we had the other day. And I think she was about a week early, just based on the breeding dates when we put the bull in. But she's a nice looking heifer calf. And her mama was very, very attentive, as you saw. So very pleased with calf number 1 from the South Pole bull. I checked out mama. Mama looks like she's doing really good. That's her right there. We'll see. I think I got another one that should calf in the next day or two. One that's been tricking me. Looks like she could drop a calf any day, but she's been hanging on to it. So I guess we'll have to wait and see.